Lisa, I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating and I'm on a regimen. I'm still not seeing growth. You are not alone, okay? You are not alone. So what I want you to go do is go to the doctor and get you a blood test, okay? Remember, I stay in my lane. I am a hair care professional, okay? So I stay in my lane, but I do know sometimes you can have a deficiency, and a lot of people or just blind to this because they thinking like, oh, well, maybe my hair just don't grow no more, or maybe my hair just stopped growing. You could have a deficiency, and that is the reason why your hair is not growing. It could be one deficiency that you're having, that you're missing, that you're lacking, because you're not getting in your diet. You might be like, okay, I'm eating this, I'm eating that, but even with the diet you eating, it's not giving you this one deficiency that you're missing. So that's why, like, sometimes, like, with people, if they're dealing with hair loss, like extreme hair loss, or they just not seeing the growth, and I done did everything I done did, you know, I'm quick to refer you out to a dermatologist, trichologist, you know, all of that. But you might need to go get you some blood work done. So you're going to go to your doctor, go get a, and that's why getting physicals and stuff is so important. And remember, I told y'all, when it comes to this hair growth stuff, it's from the inside. Like, because again, I can be telling y'all everything to do from the outside. I studied hair. I went to cosmetology school, so I know the study of hair and all of that. But sometimes you need a second eye, and you need to look deeper into your situation. So I wrote some notes down, and I'm gonna share some of the notes I made today about, because sometimes, like, if you're not seeing your hair growing, and it's not that it's not growing, but it can just be like a factor. Like, okay, we're getting the blood test done, so it might be you missing deficiency. It could be hormonal, okay? As women, we go through a lot, okay? So you could be having like a hormonal change that's going on. And then also it could be your diet. And so with that diet, when you go see your doctor, he or she will be able to tell you like, okay, your vitamin D is low. Oh, your vitamin C is low. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, especially like after the pandemic, I did notice a shift and a change in some of my clients' hair. And I think a lot of it was probably from stress, being home with them bad kids. Okay, stress and you slam out. So their stress levels was different. You might have got pregnant during the pandemic, had a baby. You know, the pandemic babies was a whole different thing. So a lot of things went on during that time. So when you go to get this blood test, they're gonna tell you what's missing. So I'm gonna go over some of the key vitamins that you might be missing. There are probably a plethora, but these are the few vitamins that popped out to me that really aid in like trying to figure out what's the missing piece in your hair growth. So the first one I'm talking about is vitamin A. Okay, you might be deficient in vitamin A, and with this vitamin help with like your natural oils and the sebum that your hair naturally produces. So you know how a lot of times I talk about on my channel, oh, give yourself a scalp massage, because when that blood get to flowing, it's going to create those natural oils that we always already supposed to produce. That's part of our vitamin A. So you could not be eating the right things that have no vitamin A in there, and it's not producing those, you know, natural oils that you need. And we need those natural oils to help, you know, distribute throughout our hair so it can keep our hair nice and moisturized and so it can grow. So make sure you could have a vitamin A deficiency. Again, I want to say I'm not a doctor. Okay, I'm not a health physician. Okay, you want to go to a doctor, your health physician, and have them to back up this information and to see what you're lacking in, okay? I'm just giving you some general knowledge so you can kind of know what you're talking about when you go in there. You know what I'm saying? You kind of be on the same page, all right? The other one is B12. You might be lacking in B12. And B12 is more associated with our red blood cells that actually produces stronger hair, okay? So sometimes, like, I could be doing like a protein treatment on you. I could be doing like a hair bonding treatment on you, Olaplex or whatever it is. And it's like, it seems like nothing is working. So you might go get that test and like, oh yeah, I've noticed that, you know, your B12 is off. Okay, you're not producing enough red blood cells. And that could be aiding in like, okay, that was a missing puzzle piece that you need to put back into your diet. And so what your doctor or physician might do, they might, you know, say you might need to go get this vitamin. okay? Or you might need to eat more of this food, because there's gonna be certain foods where you can get these vitamins in too. Like, because I can't think of none right now. Okay, for example, I'm gonna go to my other ones. Your omega fats, like your fatty acids and stuff like that, you could be missing your fatty acids in your diet. So that's sometimes associated with like things like avocado. What have fatty acids? Avocado. I want to say nuts, fish oil. I'm allergic. And see, that's another thing. Do your research before you start taking all these vitamins, okay? Even though I'm naming out all you, do your research, because see, I'm allergic to shellfish, okay? So just because you hear me saying something, don't just go automatically saying like, okay, well, Lisa said, all right, well, I feel like my hair is that. No, don't go take any vitamin after you watch this live stream. You go schedule you a consultation with your doctor and get a blood test, okay? So the omega, is it omega-3s? I can't remember. That's associated with our fatty acids. So remember I had said earlier in this live stream how like some people just based on their diet, their hair just looks shiny, and it's because what they're eating. They have a good, healthy lifestyle. So really, they don't really have to put a whole lot of oil and stuff on their hair. I mean, putting oil and stuff on their hair is like extra sauce, but because their diet is so nutrient, with a good lot of good fatty acids, it's automatically their hair is appearing shiny. Okay, I'm getting very high. I'm getting really pumped up talking about this. I just love educating y'all. Okay, so the other vitamin that we're gonna get into is you might be lacking in vitamin C. Now, vitamin C helps prevent hair loss and aids in the growth of hair. Aids in the growth of hair. Now, there's I do know they have vitamin C pills that you can take as well. Do you get vitamin C from the sun? Oh, that's vitamin D you get from the sun. I was trying to think. But yeah, you can be lacking in vitamin C. And see, this is really, really good. This is really, really good. So probably whatever you put in your body, what you get in your body, is you're not getting enough vitamin C. So you might need to take you a supplement or increase your diet of more of those vitamin C nutrient foods, okay? All right. So now we're going to get to vitamin D, okay? Vitamin D is going to aid into producing new hair follicles. New hair follicles. That's why, like during the pandemic, a lot of people were stuck outside and they wasn't getting no sun. They wasn't getting no vitamin D from that sun, and they was wondering why the hair ain't growing. And you could be like that now. You could be working from home, and maybe you just don't get outside enough. You got to get some vitamin D in you. So, and I know a lot of times they say, especially us who my color, if you're a brown lady or a black lady, they say, oh, a lot of black women be lacking in vitamin, D, because we don't be outside. But I be outside, you know what I'm saying? I open my window. Even if I'm in the house all day, I cannot sit in a dark house. I have to open my blinds. I want a well-lit apartment. I do not like a dark house. I just can't stand it. So even if I don't go outside for the day, I'm always having the blinds open because I just love that natural light. I love it shining on. But some people just don't do that, and you're just not getting enough vitamin D in you. So part of that could be maybe you just need to be outside more. Maybe if you are working from home, you're at home, open the blinds and let the sun get in there, because we need that. Or you might go to the doctor and your doctor might say, oh, I need to put you on some vitamin D pills. So before you just start, because I remember one time I thought I was low in vitamin D because I seen this trend going around like, oh, they saying, oh, black women be low in vitamin D. So I was thinking like, well, let me just go buy some vitamin D pills. And I was just like, hold on, let me wait before I start spending my money. So I went to the doctor and I got a blood test. And I told her in particular, I said, can you tell me if my vitamin D is low? And she was just like, no. She said, your levels are actually like normal. I mean, or actually fine, And she said, it's surprising because sometimes, and this was like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I probably need to go get an updated test. But she was like, yeah, yours is actually fine compared to a lot of my, brown and black women that I see. A lot of times their levels be low, but mine was actually normal. So don't just go based on what you hear on the internet. Even me, you can go behind me and double check and go get your levels checked, okay? But I do want to say, if you're not getting enough vitamin D, and you're not seeing your hair grow, start opening them blinds, get outside, get that natural sun on you, go get a blood test, and maybe she can give you a supplement or tell you some things you can do to increase your vitamin D. Because we want those new hair follicles to come in, and that could be a vitamin that you lack, and that's why you're not seeing hair growth. Okay, the other one I want to go into, other vitamin is zinc. Now, a lot of times, sometimes with like women's multivitamin, I know the multivitamin I have, it does have zinc in it. Most multivitamins do, but even still, if you take a multivitamin, even though you might be, oh, well, Lisa, I'll take a multivitamin and it has all these vitamins that you named, that's good. I still say, if you're not seeing hair growth and you are taking a multivitamin, still go to the doctor and get a blood test. Because even though that multivitamin might have it, it might not have the right percentage that you need for your body, okay? So just keep that in mind. But zinc helps maintain your oil glands, okay? It helps maintain your oil glands. So as you eating those foods and that oil get in your blood flow, it's going to help maintain that. Zinc also helps with the overall health of your hair. It strengthens your hair follicle. Okay, and it also strengthens your hair follicle. So if you're low on zinc, sometimes you might appear to have maybe weaker hair and drier hair. So maybe a vitamin that you're lacking in is zinc. Okay, zinc. Now, the other thing I do want to get into also when it comes to hair growth, this is kind of still dealing with why you're not seeing results. I want to talk about gut health too. Gut health is another thing. If you do not have good gut health and you're not having like that good bacteria and that bad bacteria in your diet, that can really affect your hair growth as well. So we have to make sure that our gut health is together. Now, I take a probiotic. I asked my doctor actually recently. I went to the doctor back in December. Yeah, December. And I asked her, I was like, I said, I take a probiotic. I said, what's the difference between pre and post? I see prebiotic and probiotic. I was like, do I need to be taking both? And according to the healthcare professional, she told me no. She told me personally no. She said, if you're just taking a probiotic, that's fine. But some people's situations could be different where you need a prebiotic and a probiotic, okay? So make sure you do your research on that. But sometimes if your gut health is off, and I didn't know this, I learned this recently, that could really affect your hair growth. Okay, but it all makes sense because in our bloodstream, in our bodies, we need those different kind of enzymes and stuff. Everything works together. So if one puzzle piece is thrown off and you're not seeing the growth you want to see, that can be aiding on why you're not seeing the growth you want to see. Okay, so make sure you got good gut health. Okay, what was the other thing I want to say? Oh, and this is another one, and I had to do some research on this because a young lady came on my live stream like a while ago, and she asked me about this oil, and it was called, and I cannot pronounce it right because it was trending on TikTok, and I didn't know much of it. And I'm the type of person, I'm not about to sit here and like, oh girl, I know what you're talking about. I did not know what she was talking about. I haven't heard of it, but I did some research on it. So I don't know if this sister is watching this, but she had put in the chat, have I heard of ashwagandha? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Oil. And so I did some research on it, and what I found out is that contains protein, iron, vitamin C, potassium, how you say this, tyrosine, which are all needed for healthy hair growth. So she posted in the chat, and I didn't really know exactly what the oil was, but I looked it up, and I can see that will aid in hair growth. But even the advice that I gave the young lady, I was just like, well, I never heard of it. You know, a lot of people promote oils that make your hair grow. But even with this oil, this is still good because it contains a lot of good vitamins in it, like the vitamin C, the iron, the protein, you know, the potassium, all that's great. But I still go back to, if you're not taking care of what needs to be taken care of and get what you need from the inside, it doesn't matter what oil that you put on your hair, it's not going to help with the hair growth. Okay. But I'm not saying it's a bad oil. I mean, it don't sound bad. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to try it, but also, you know, do your research. Okay. All I said, I took the pill
form of ashwagandha. It also helps with mood, memory, and focus. Yes, I heard somebody say that too. That it does help with mood. And I could be wrong, but don't it help with like anxiety or something like that? Again, this is not sponsored. Don't go out here taking this pill, because I am not saying go out and take this pill. Anything I said in this video, I'm not saying go out and take these pills and your hair can grow. I'm not saying that. Okay? Go speak to your healthcare professional. But anyway, but no, this is a great way to open up the dialogue. Basically, on this live stream, this is going to help open up the dialogue for when you do go to your healthcare professional, okay? And she'll kind of give you some guidance on, okay, what you're missing, okay? So you probably forgot to hit the like. So if you're on your cell phone, double tap the screen to lap or to like, or if you on your computer, hit the thumbs up if this information has been helpful to you, okay? So those are pretty much some of the main vitamins I wanted to talk about. Now,